Hey, everybody.
Konnichiwa, minasan.
Hi.
Hello. Today, we're going to make our friend John do this entire live chat himself instead. April Fools!
I knew I shouldn't have come out here.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to our April live chat. It is on April Fool's Day, and we're sorry about that. We're going to try and tell the truth as much as possible today.
Yes.
I'm
Right.
gonna pull your leg though because it's fun.
Physically.
Fair.
Physically, you're going to come to your house and
Drag you
grab it.
down and
You're
pull
gonna
everyone's
reach
legs.
through their cell phones and grab them.
It's great.
That's creepy.
It's creepy. Yeah, I was going to say. Okay, so anyway, we're going to answer a bunch of your questions today. So if you got a question, the format is type question in all caps and then follow up with a question of some sort. We'll try to answer them. Sorry if we don't get to them all. Like I said, we should introduce ourselves first. So we'll start with John today.
I'm John. Sometimes I'm here.
Yay! Like today.
Accurate.
Yes.
What did you do, John?
Oh, that's right. I was Sans in Undertale, and I was Miles Edgeworth in that other one.
And he also played Markiplier in the
Instagram
Yandere
post.
He
Simulator.
didn't play Markiplier.
He probably had a character name.
He did.
I don't remember what it was, though. Because they're all based
Datsu.
on students in the game. What is it?
Datsu. I can't remember his last name. I think it was like Aki.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'm Peter. I do lots of tech stuff for the channel, and you probably saw me most recently in the Hello Neighbor musical, which just came out yesterday and is not an April Fool's joke.
Hey Jay, I'm AJ. I'm in charge of this channel. I write the musicals and direct them. Isn't that cool? April Fools. I'm Miss Bird. You know that though. So like, what's the point?
That's pretty good, though.
What a Mary Jane.
You had the right, enthusiasm.
I'm Nate. Most recently, I was the player character in the Honey Pot musical. I was also Professor Layton and Tingle, and most notably probably on the channel as Dr. Eggman in our older Sonic stuff.
Also the judge and Dr.
And
Hottie.
that's true. Yeah, I forgot about that. I was the judge
There it
in
is.
Phoenix Wright and Dr. Hottie, and obviously I was Layton in that too.
Yeah.
Briefly.
And hey, Jay, I'm AJ, the real AJ here. May the real AJ please stand
Nope,
up.
that didn't work either.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't confuse them. And I write and direct a lot of the stuff on the channel, but I'm also in half the videos, including the Hello Neighbor musical that just came out yesterday with Peter. So,
Yeah, a little more housekeeping before we begin fully.
What?
There is a
Oh.
feature called Super Chat that I just enabled this morning, apparently, where you can donate to us and get a green big chat thing on the top or something.
I see.
It's up to you guys.
Someone
whether
daring
you-
can test that out.
it's up
Don't
to you
misuse
guys.
it, or I'll put you in timeout.
Yeah, no bad words. Okay? On Super Chat.
Unless it's the F word. That one's my favorite.
Don't say that one either. The fart word is my favorite.
Fungus, that's the F word.
Yeah.
And we're not going to judge you if you don't. Oh, also, Hello Neighbor, if you click the little I up top, Hello Neighbor is available for download on iTunes, Spotify. Well, you don't download on Spotify, but iTunes, Amazon, and Google Play, and a whole bunch of others. So, yeah, that went up, which is nice.
We haven't recognized our mods yet. So if you guys in the chat bump into either of them, our moderators are Aiden and Fenjo.
And Vinci sometimes.
If he's here, I don't know. It's most of those other two usually. Yeah, please listen to them. They know what they're doing. They've been live chatting, modding or live chatting for a while.
They
So
just
thank you
kind
to
of
them.
volunteered, and they were like, hey, we're going to mod, and we're not really going to ask you. And we're like, okay, cool.
Yeah, so very talented
Kind of
people.
just
Please
bestowed
be
it on Aiden
respectful.
one day.
I'm sure you guys will because you're all awesome. Woo! Okay, with that out of the way, I guess we're ready to answer questions?
I think we
I highlighted the first one
Okay.
because it's
Do you
the
wanna
most
read it too?
relevant. No.
No.
I can read
No.
it. The Traveler asks, how was the fan book for Scott / the Sweeping Man received? Did he like it? Has he gotten it yet or no?
He has gotten it, and it was very charming. He didn't cry or anything because Superman doesn't cry, right? He tears people's hearts out, but you could. The screen disappeared. He really liked it, and it meant a lot to him enough that he didn't pack it with all his boxes and mail it. He had it with him in his luggage, leaving, and I thought that was amazing. So yeah, thank you guys for contributing fan art. And for anybody who doesn't know, Sweeping Man actually just moved across the country, and America's a big country, so he's down south and near Atlanta, Georgia now. So we're probably not gonna have him on the channel as much anymore, but it's been a good couple years of having him here.
It has.
Yeah.
He posted a picture of him at Panda Express recently.
Did he?
He was really excited. He actually chose where he was living partially based on, is there a Panda Express nearby?
He likes it a lot. Yeah. So thank you guys for contributing fan art. It was really good, and he liked it. It meant a lot to him. Okay.
Before we get to any more questions,
Aw.
if your question is something along the lines of, will you do blank musical? The question is always maybe.
The answer is always maybe.
So maybe pick a different question that you want to know a little bit more.
Fair. Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
All right. I'll read this one, and somebody can answer it. Like John, maybe.
Yeah, John.
Diverse Zebra wants to know, question, would you guys be interested in playing D&D?
The majority of them actually have.
Uh-huh.
And I've run it. I ran a little bit of my campaign for them.
He's really
aside
good.
from Nate. who,
I broke it
no.
in one fell swoop.
She was the least predictable of us, I think.
It didn't go according to plan. And after we dug out that special third-party class, the origin and the race that could never die,
She had
found a
40
way.
years left.
She found a way to effectively kill her character, even though she was eternal.
it was a wild ride, and I'm not opposed to running for them again, but schedules mean that I'm rarely here as it is. I do bring my dice just in case. But you are interested in running.
I am very interested in playing and running. I just don't get a chance to very much.
Nate doesn't like D&D. He thinks it's boring.
A bit slow,
For
if
the
I
most
recall.
part, yeah.
Are you allowed to tell them what you do, John, or no?
What I do?
Hey,
Yeah.
while you guys do this, I'm gonna try
I
to get a
don't
different
know.
table.
Because it's a really interesting thing that
Probably.
you do.
I mean, my name's in the credits
Yeah.
of things, so...
yeah, I bet they would love to know.
Okay.
Do you want to know what John does? We're going to tell you.
Other than act in occasional musicals.
Yeah, my day job, my Clark Kent, is that I work for a video game company doing English adaptations of the scripts. I'm an editor.
How many of you are excited for Persona 5?
I saw really good things coming out all over the internet about that recently. People are super excited.
Yeah, that's going really good.
He knows all about that.
That,
$10! Woo! Are we allowed to call him out?
I guess.
I don't
there a
know
chat
who that
message?
is.
I was gonna say, is there a chat message or does it just show up? Click it. There we go. Sorry.
I guess we'll have to answer that in a second.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna say,
already
let's
have.
finish talking about John
Yes.
first.
I did. Okay. I just my deal is that I get the raw translations of a Japanese script for a Japanese game usually, and adapt it into pretty sounding English to make it all story and charactery and emotional, and that's something I very enjoy doing. So, yeah.
And we all very enjoy that you do that because otherwise, I imagine that the script sounds really disjointed and awkward.
Oh well, you know how raw translations are typically.
I don't actually.
Well, if you've ever used Google Translate.
Okay, I do know that. All right then.
Or if you ever
Yeah.
look up like anime lyrics, the translation of those.
Oh,
Some
yeah,
of them
okay.
are terrible. Like,
Yeah,
what are
you're
you?
right.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, when you
Thank
hear
you,
something
Lachlan.
really good, it's because somebody like John actually slaved over that to get it sounding
So I
more
noticed that this
authentic.
timer is a thing. We should probably get
Oh,
to
yeah.
this question.
We should. Okay, so who wants to read it?
Yeah, and
Rock,
let's see. It's on the move.
Rockland Rosemary gave us money. I don't know if we want to say how much because that's kind of rude.
Fair.
I think they know.
Oh, do they maybe? Okay, well,
got money.
she gave us money, and then she said, "Do y'all get money from Google Music Play Store if someone downloads from there? If they have unlimited music? I love y'all so much."
Actually, yes, we do.
I love you too. Just today, though.
So the answer is yes.
We do. Basically, what happens is, even if somehow you got unlimited music, Google Play Music for free, which I assume you probably didn't, Google essentially pays a monthly fee to anyone who gets streamed anyway, which is pretty helpful. And then, other companies take small portions of that until it finally reaches the creator. So we get like, a quarter of a tenth of a cent or something.
Yeah.
But thank you, because yes, we do. And
Thank you for testing that feature out, by the way, Rockland. I was curious what would happen. Now we all know.
Now we know that there's a timer, which is good to know.
Yeah. I wonder if it doesn't let anybody else do that until the timer's out, or if it just kind of layers them up and you have that long to
Right.
like.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Angry Numbers and Letters wants to know how long did it take to make Night 6 for the FNAF musical?
Nate.
I was editing that all day. It took a long time. It was very arduous.
Ew.
Yeah.
Spent
Ew.
lots of time.
I spent lots of time on it.
Mhm. Slaved over that music.
I know
Peter
some of
spent-
you were excited to watch it and were surprised at how long it is, but I watched it multiple times. So, as did we all. Oh well, not all of us, but
I watched
Peter.
it
and
like
me.
twice.
I
three
watched it
times
at least
maybe.
3 times.
Baby,
Yeah,
it's okay. Baby.
but
Yeah.
it
Follow
evolved. It evolved.
And it took several hundred seconds to write that music. Like, that's a lot of seconds, guys.
Yeah.
Follow-up question from Amelia Price. She wants to know, can you explain the Nightmare episode?
I think some of
Is
the
it
comments.
explainable?
I think the comments have been best. Somebody explained it best, I think, relating it to the end of Night 5,
Let's see if it was the
which happens to also simultaneously be the end of Purple Guy. And their theory was that Night 6, Nightmare Night, is like his afterlife. And I think that's really an adequate way of looking at it.
Which is horrible.
Good question.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I have to go find another one. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I
Uh-oh.
wasn't prepared for it to be ended so soon. Well, you were doing things, and I thought he was
Yeah.
going to ramble because he
We
does that.
didn't have- we
Here,
didn't have
let's
any
do this one while new ones come up. There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
There you go.
Katrina Hennegar. Question. What anime do you suggest watching?
Well, I mean,
I'm not
depends
the
on
one to
what kind
talk
of
to. I don't
animal you
watch that
want.
much anime.
I was actually looking past you.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I wasn't looking that far past you.
I don't watch a lot of anime, but I was
You
gonna say
recommend this?
Yuri on Ice. That's,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
yeah.
a thing.
That-
Hi.
that's where
It's
the
a
mug is from.
Yes.
I would totally recommend if you like really cute stuff and you like ice skating and you're okay with gay
And you want to
relationships.
play the game of whether this is European or gay, because
that.
I swear I didn't know. I didn't.
Is this
Then
European?
totally watch
Okay.
Yuri on Ice. If you like lots of blood and completely depressing, horrible, no hope, then watch Attack on Titan. If you want, I don't know, I'm really enjoying what's it called, Brotherhood, with Miss Bird. Oh, sorry,
Yeah, I'm taking him through that.
that's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yes.
There's a lot of it. I don't know.
There's a lot
Just
of good
Google it.
anime out there.
Miss Bird will say you should watch Badman and Piderman.
That is not anime.
I know.
But I will say you should watch it because it's stupid. So if you like stupid humor, which I know a lot of you do because, you know, you're on the internet.
That one is in pounds.
That
Whoa!
is- thank you, KJ Plays.
KJ
for
Plays
the
sent pounds.
We don't even know how to translate pounds.
That's really exciting.
It's probably
Not American
like
money. Woo!
$5.50.
something like
What?
that.
It's a,
I don't know.
Or $4.50.
Yeah, we should read this comment.
$4.50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comment from KJ says, "Hey, your anime counters, you did a great April Fool's joke. I loved it. Also, hope you have a good day. Wah wah.
Thank you.
Thank you for the wah wahs as well.
Yes, those were well placed.
What a lovely shade of green.
We hope you have a great day as well. And it is. It's a very pretty
I
shade
would
of
say we
green.
enjoyed making the April Fool's joke, but I'm sure maybe
We kind of did. All
We
right.
did laugh a lot.
Going back to the anime question really
Yeah.
quick, I think that you guys should watch some Ghost in the Shell before you go see the movie, just so you have something to compare it to.
Nice.
That's not a bad idea.
I recommend either the
They didn't give me the
1995
option to
movie
buy
or the
a
standalone
golden pound
complex
that changed
TV
it to
series.
euro.
That's
Or both.
Nice.
Regarding Nightmare Night, I feel the need to disclose that as we worked on it and as I was working on the thumbnail for it, it made me more and more want to do more FNAF the musical. And I know how like fragile a topic that is.
Well,
But even this morning, I was thinking about it again, and the honest to goodness hardest parts about making more FNAF are getting the people back that you actually care about. Because you guys will watch me sleep on the couch or things like that, but you'd rather see Mark come back, and you'd rather see Matt Pat, and you'd rather see Nate Wants to Battle again, and maybe even some new people.
It's just really hard to get them.
Yeah, because they don't say yes to everything.
They're
In fact, they don't say
busy.
yes to most things. So.
Because they got their own crap that they're doing, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, you know, trying to pull them into our things is hard.
So if we got the great opportunity where one of them said, let's make another one, we would never be the people to say no.
Right.
We would totally
That's fair.
jump on that, and I've invited several times, but people are always like, I don't know.
So what are we gonna do? Rent out our old place?
I
for
would
the
say
people?
no if they wanted to make another Onyx the Rock Snake. I'd be like, no, no.
It'd be
we have a
Steelix
garage
the
that would
Steel
be-
Snake.
But no, it would be amazing if we went to our old place and be like, hey, so we did something really famous in your place and we want to do it again. How
Would
much
you
do we have to
sublet?
pay?
I would be okay with that.
Questions. I think if
I know,
phrased
right?
like
Yeah, if we find out who owns the house right now and we're able to re-rent it again, that'd be pretty
Why
amazing.
should be
to
the
use it, so-
landlord? The landlord who kicked us out was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna live in my house now.
Nice.
Yeah, I have no idea, but
fancy
one way or
meeting
another,
you here.
it'd be very fun to do more FNAF the musical. I don't know that's gonna ever happen. It'll probably happen at about April 1st once a year. We'll probably do a different joke next year. Who wants to read this
The
one?
next year's gonna be Resident Enos.
James Fussell. No? Question: Thoughts on Breath of the Wild?
Okay, that's a good question.
I haven't played most of it, but I've heard that it's from these guys that it's really obnoxious that everything breaks all the time. That's all I can say.
And rain. There's a lot of
Yeah.
Oh right.
raining that prevents you from climbing cliffs.
Yeah,
which
I'm
is
just
obnoxious.
always everywhere. in
Yeah,
that
she's
game.
always there to be like, Link, don't climb this cliff.
Would you recommend somebody get the game?
Probably on.
That was very hesitant.
Maybe on Wii U if you get it. Well, we talked about this briefly. I don't want to go into it in detail, but I have probably to most people kind of polarizing thoughts on Breath of the Wild. Like I think it's a good game. I like the open-endedness and or how open world it is, but I think in making it such an open world game, the
this-
story took a huge hit in not being nearly as cohesive and interesting as other Zelda games. And I think all the characters kind of suck. I think Zelda's voice acting is terrible, and I think she's kind of snobby and rude and annoying. And all of the Guardian, I don't remember the the people
Legendary
that control,
heroes.
the legendary heroes or whatever that
Yeah.
control the Guardians. I think their
Champions,
voice acting, the champions. Like other than the Gerudo, I think their voice acting was kind of obnoxious, and they weren't very good characters. Either.
Link's voice acting is spot on.
And
though.
yeah, Link doesn't talk, and it's great. And I also miss Ganon being an actual character. I don't like the Calamity Ganon of I'm a big corporeal being or ethereal being, and I don't know.
John, what do you think?
Oh, have you done the Goron business?
We are actually in
That's
the
where we
midst
are,
of the Gorons.
yeah.
Okay. There's a character in that storyline who I thought their English voice acting was really weird until I went back to the Japanese and found that in the original version they sounded like a literal baby. So I'm not sure what direction. They were probably doing the best they could with the direction they could.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah, I think it's an awesome game. I agree that the storyline isn't really as much my thing as like if you want a good story. I love Wind Waker.
Yeah, Wind Waker is probably one of the better.
And you can get that for
Zelda
Wii U
story
in HD, or you can go back on GameCube and play it. But it's an excellent game. But Breath of the Wild has some really cool mechanics, and as much as I hate stuff breaking all the time, it does kind of like force you to think about playing Zelda in a different way than you've played for literally most of your life, or all of your life,
Or
depending
none of
who you
my
are.
life.
Or none of your life. So it does a great job of trying to be different from other Zelda games, and I think it's worth giving a chance if you've got the hardware to run it. So
They say the original one was based off of, Miyamoto
No,
exploring
baby. No,
other,
no,
like,
no,
neighbors'
no.
backyards and just running around his neighborhood.
Yeah.
Seeing what was there,
no.
so it's-
Oh shit, he's caught. Can someone help him?
Oh, dear.
What is he
cutting?
He's wrapped around the microphone.
oh,
Baby.
I'm holding the microphone, but if somebody can go get it.
Sorry for the sound, guys. There's a cat wrapped around our microphone.
We have a tiny microphone that looks like this, so it has like a really long wire, and he decided to, roll around, and then he got caught.
okay. We should call out this person here.
Yes.
We're gonna call you out. Who wants to read it?
CM Ginger, thank you so much for your donation. You will also give us $10 million in Monopoly money if we make another Resident Enos, which is great. But I mean, we don't play Monopoly, so what are we going to do with that? I don't know.
We can put it in Riopoly and pretend
We could
that
sell
play it.
$10 million of Monopoly money and see how much money that's worth.
They also have a question, and it's
Yes.
directed at me, and it's where did you get these magically amazing PJs? And by the way, I love you all. I got these on eBay because I like sushi clothes. So I literally Googled sushi pajamas and they came up. And then it's like 3 sizes too big, but I don't care
It's
because
adorable.
like
There's a lot on it.
you can just flop around and stuff. And yeah, so I just found them and I decided I needed them. And they're actually from a website called The Cat's Pajamas. So you can probably go buy your own, and they come in like 2 different colors. They have like the white one and the green one that I wear. So yeah,
Nice.
that's that. The end. Cool.
I just saw that KJ Plays also found us on Patreon and is supporting us there now as well.
Shit, where'd it go?
So
Thank you.
Not to
I
steal
had
the thunder, but that's a thing, and it's really cool to see people
Where'd it
helping
go?
out on Patreon, especially since we had that Smash Brotherhood discussion like a week or 2 ago.
I guess we should mention that. So we have a Patreon, which is basically monthly donations to help fund our musicals, and specifically, hopefully one day, to fund an animated version of the Smash Brotherhood, which is a show that we were working on like a couple years ago, but we just never could get the traction for it. And it's basically what it sounds like. It's literally Smash Brothers in like Avengers style.
Yeah, and we have been getting animator emails from people. We are looking at some people's work, things like that. I don't know if we've got who we need yet, but we do have a lot of talented people, so we'll find out. Bobby Roke, question.
Okay.
So each of you,
I didn't know this was gonna be like no.
what was your least favorite song to work on?
Least favorite.
Least favorite. What was a terrible thing that you wish you either had a better time or just hadn't done at all? Miss Bird, I feel like yours might be Monkey Ball.
FNAF.
Oh, you barely did anything on FNAF.
Yeah, but like when all of those things
Its
built up,
existence.
and then you had to like work on it and
Okay.
like not like tear the puppets in half. You know, like
Okay.
it was a harrowing experience. All
That's
right.
fair. I was waiting for Monkey Ball where you have to act, or Phoenix Wright where you do all the wigs or things like
Well, Monkey Ball, I just knew you, like started to know you guys,
Okay.
so I didn't really.
that. You were flexible back
Yeah, I was more flexible.
before you knew
back
what to
then.
expect from us.
And then when I learned what they were like, I was all like, boys.
I'd say I think that the Sugar Plum Clefairy still takes it for me.
Oh yeah, that was a bad
You
one.
were having
too.
a very bad night.
Like Monkey Ball was bad too. I did want to shoot myself in the head multiple times, but at the same time, it was just so condensed horribleness, and I don't even know why. Maybe I just hadn't eaten. Had I eaten that day?
I don't remember.
Maybe I was
Were you
just
coming
angry.
back from work too?
I don't remember.
I don't remember if you were working at that point or not. I feel like you might have been.
I do not remember.
Yeah,
It
because
was-
I think that's when you agreed not to sabotage the making of the video.
I did
was in
clearly
the
state-
car
yeah,
back from
okay.
LA, going, "We have to film tonight. I promise I won't sabotage the video." That was the best assurance I could get from him, was that he would go out of his way to stop us from making it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I've never sabotaged a musical that I know of. Have I?
Only probably inadvertently.
Oh, well, I mean, inadvertently is fair, but
John, you haven't worked on too many of them. What was your least favorite one?
I don't know about least favorite, but right is wrong is very scary because I've not because that had a lot of long sustained notes, and that's never typically been my bag, as it were. So I had to learn a lot of. I had to pick it up along the way, and that was a little frenetic.
You
Or it
have-
felt that way.
You have musical theater training though too, right?
Oh, a little bit. I
Done
mean, I
some.
don't know about training, but I was in.
Experience.
Yes, that's
There we go.
probably closer. Yeah, I've been in a couple, but I don't know if I'd ever had a real full-on solo before, so that was nice and interesting.
it was.
It was nice for
awesome.
all of us, wasn't it?
I loved mixing that song because I was like, "This sounds amazing."
All right, I have it. Okay, one that I actually like worked on extensively or whatever, like he wants or whatever. Probably Franbo.
Really?
Because I liked the direction it was going in before we had to reshoot
yeah.
again. And then when we had to reshoot, I was like, I'm not into this anymore.
And it was super cold too. Yeah, our garage was
Yeah.
like freezing. It was
Yeah.
like middle of winter and there's like no heat out there.
Yeah.
We tried to bring a heater, but couldn't get it to heat up. You haven't worked on too many as well, so of the
No, I
ones you've
don't
done.
think I have one that's particularly a least favorite. Like, I enjoyed the Sonic
Needle
ones.
Mouse.
I like Needle Mouse.
I remember Needle Mouse being very little trouble.
Needle
actually.
Mouse, I suppose, could be the most troublesome, I guess, in
Yeah.
terms of it was hot. Talking about cold in
The
the garage.
garage, yeah.
We shot Dr. Eggman stuff in the garage.
It was like an all wood garage.
It was an it was an outdoors
like
garage.
100
It was all
degrees
wood. It was like
outside.
110 degrees.
Yeah,
in
you
there.
were pretty sweaty. You
Yeah.
still had hair back then too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I'm pretty sure that was like the convincing point for me to like finally shave my hair. I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, it's 110 degrees. Goodbye hair down to my shoulders or whatever.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I didn't have too much trouble on most musicals. So
You know, I can think of a couple. It's just there's been too many of them, and I'm literally involved in every single one of them. I remember more recently having a tough time with Team Full of Harmony because acting and directing can be trouble, and we didn't go in the storyboards, and so
Yeah.
that one was I lost a little bit of morale on that one. Trying to think of others like that. That one was probably the most
That one
recent
was really bad.
Yeah.
He looked like he was close to tears a lot of the time.
Yeah.
What happens is I just shut down when I'm getting I can't make decisions and I know that we're running out of time on something.
And the problem is none of
So-
us are as good as him at making those decisions, so we always.
But
are, like,
another problem is
relying
that we'll
on
make
him.
a suggestion and he won't accept it until like 30 minutes later.
I mean, that is,
Well, I have to work it out in my head because
Yeah.
it's really easy to say, what if I take the whatever from him? And that could mean a million things. So sometimes just saying, I'll just take it from him. And you go, well, don't do that because you imagine in your head somebody's like, oh, give me that. And you're like, that's going to send the wrong message. And then after you figure out a good reason for them to take it or a way to take it that doesn't look hostile or things like that, you have to work some of these things through. So it's not just I'll just do this action and people will accept it. The worst shoots are the ones where we get behind schedule and we have a hard out, which means you have to leave the set. You have to ditch whatever you're filming.
he said hard out.
A hard out.
It was funny.
Can you guys remember any that we went over schedule like really
The
bad?
Zubat song.
Zubat's song was
Monkey
that
ball.
one. Monkey Ball. We had to schedule a second shoot. That one was really
Please
hair
note,
raising.
both of these are on green screen.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. I'm trying to.
I mean,
think
it
which other
took you
ones.
4 months to make Princess Peach. Does that count?
No,
Okay.
no.
Enos, we were in and out pretty effectively.
Yeah, I don't know how we did that. The
Yeah.
Enos ones are more challenging usually, but yeah, usually it's just whichever ones have the worst production schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the worst musicals.
Oh, Sephiroth.
Sephiroth was tough, but we did make it.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
Well, no, we didn't make it because we had to push some stuff to the next day. Didn't we?
I don't think so. We just shot like 18 or 20 hours straight.
Does Assassin's
fair.
Creed count because someone stole your script?
Meh.
Oh.
We didn't need
we
it.
had like weather problems too. Mm-hmm. Like shooting Momo stuff at the park in Honey
gosh.
Pop. It was warm, but then it just got like really cold and windy that day.
Yeah. Generally speaking, though, like recently, I haven't felt like any of our shoots have been particularly bad. Phoenix Wright was actually really smooth, given like what a chaotic mess it was in post and pre.
I found Hello Neighbor difficult just across the board because my mustache actually reminds me of someone from my childhood that it was a bad person. And basically, every time I looked in the mirror, I was reminded of him. And that really freaked me out for the last week. So I didn't really talk about that a lot to people, but it was kind of weighing on me. So my mother won't even watch the musical because of it.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's too bad.
So that was an interesting
I
experience.
said that we could like send her a censored version where we just put like a black bar right
You
there.
can just, you can just like turn off the picture
Rotoscope
too.
a beard onto him the whole time.
Awesome.
That could be a fun
So that was
project.
actually a bigger sacrifice than even I knew it was going to be.
Yeah, but fortunately, not too many things that have been really horrible to work on as of late. Yeah.
Well, how about a lighter question?
Okay.
Sure.
God hates Ellie Halter?
You don't
Okay.
know that.
Cool.
Did you ask?
Question. What band's music do you like?
Okay.
Now, I like how this question's worded because it's not like, what's your favorite? It's literally,
Yeah.
what are some
Yeah.
things you like? I like questions like this. You should
Yeah.
ask more like this.
Yeah.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Well, who's got one that they can think of right off the bat?
World Order. You should go check them out. Just like straight up, they're amazing and I love them and you should love them too at the end.
World Order. Okay.
Yes.
I like Hans Zimmer and a lot.
I like to make fun of the fact that he likes
Yeah,
Hans Zimmer.
I know. I also like that song that goes something like, "I can't sneak up." It's
That's
great.
by Evanescence.
Yeah, I know it is. I just
Oh.
wanted to yell, I can't snake up.
I really thought you were gonna. I like that song. It's like.
I really
guys,
like
she's really
the
great.
Bonnie Amino app song. But
But no, I really do enjoy Evanescence, and Amy's voice is kind of cool. Anyway.
Okay. I
Vienna
like-
Tang is a good one too.
Oh yeah, she's gorgeous.
She's
I like
amazing.
movie soundtracks and game soundtracks, but mostly instrumental kind of stuff. But I'm learning to enjoy things of other genres too, mostly because we work in so many genres. I have to find music I like in every genre now.
I've been seeing the Hamilton mixtape around. Have you been listening to that?
No, that's the Game of Thrones.
got
game.
Game of
Oh, okay, never mind.
Good try, not really.
Darn, I'm trying to get him to
griped-
see if he gets cultured or anything.
No, I griped a little about Hamilton because we were listening to it on the way home from the last convention, and I want to add more music to it. That's what I said. I'm like, the lyrics are awesome, but it's empty. It's just beats. And I'm like, these guys are so talented, and the words are so good. Why don't we just put them into like a song? And I really want to do a challenge where
Do
I
you
write
have this
music
thing
for
about
Hamilton.
like rap music too, where you're like, wow, this needs more music?
I don't usually have that sense. Hamilton was different because
Really?
the lyrics are so good. Yeah, it's like it's very like presentational and showy.
Well,
it's
I mean,
like
I thought you
theatrical.
did have that sense for rap, where you're
Well, I
like,
don't-
I don't particularly like rap because it doesn't have music attached
Yes,
to it.
that's
It's
true.
Just a beat.
Hamilton is the first time I've listened to rap
Okay.
music, we'll call it. And if this just had more music, it'd be amazing. I really want this to be a show that actually has like more like revolutionary kind of music and stuff. I meant it like that. I meant it like that. I want it to be like
Nice.
yeah, so it was interesting. And she showed me Gwen showed me some tracks that have more music in them. And I'm like, oh, these are my favorite tracks. Like the stuff that actually has like a choir sing or something. That's amazing. But a lot of the soundtrack doesn't seem like it has that. I'm like, we just put in music there. It'd be so fun. So I really want to do that now. And likewise, I want to see somebody make a rap song out of some of our music and see if you can make that work. Because like now I'm like, if I put music to Hamilton, somebody should strip the music out of ours and like see if I hate our stuff or
Hint, Knuckles rap.
Oh!
that'd be
I
pretty.
mean,
sweet.
I with raps.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's
but it's still
awesome.
very it's
Edgeworth
got
raps.
music. It's got a lot of music underneath it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I would call that.
It was a rap. You rap.
It's rap.
You laid down a beat.
Oh dear.
Basically, if you can't hum the melody to a song, I don't like the song as much. I want to be able to hum whatever that like tune is, and that was my problem with a lot of those Hamilton tracks. Is going like,
But
I
you can't even
a
hum Panic
song
at the
there.
Disco. And people like, you know,
Okay.
Gwen and I can. Because we
Yeah,
listen to
and I
that
like
music
it
all the
less.
time.
I don't like it as much.
I thought that was your criteria for genre. Like, if you can't hum it, it's rap.
That's what I thought he was going, and I was like, oh boy.
Sorry, I blathered on again.
No worries.
What do you like, Nate?
I like all sorts of music. I generally listen to, like AJ, I listen to music or movie soundtracks a lot.
You listen to a lot of Disney musicals.
I do. I listen to a lot of Disney musical or other musical. I've lately found myself starting to like La La Land soundtrack a little bit more.
Huh.
Granted, I still don't think City of Stars should have won an Oscar. I think it's actually one of the worst songs in the movie.
Awesome.
Oh, wait. Oh, crap. Oh,
But-
I can pay attention.
I like 80s music a lot. Mm-hmm. So,
John, specifics.
I mean, I'll listen to generally anything as long as it's powerful, and that's why I end up with a lot of incidental. Well, incidental sends the wrong message. Like movie and game soundtrack business, where it's designed to evoke emotion.
Right.
Right.
But aside from that, I suppose swingy big band business, like Big Bad Voodoo Daddy.
Okay. Nice.
One of my favorite things to do is like to crawl through YouTube and just find all the music I can. It's really cool.
So do you like Loser, John?
Loser.
From Phoenix Wright?
Oh yes, I do.
Guys,
Quite.
the
Someday we'll
timer is ticking.
Oh, yes, sorry. Go ahead and somebody read that.
Chris Buchanan asks, whose idea was it for the Poker Night reference at the end of Hello Neighbor? Also, have you seen Repo, the Genetic Opera?
Excellent question. Thank you for donating to us, Chris. That's awesome. He's got that
Actually-
pretty blue banner again.
Actually, I can't take full credit because it was a joint effort on our part.
Yeah, it was another of those collaborative ones.
Yeah.
I think we were still like running some ideas, and there's an interview that's actually going to be up on World of Geeks. Is that what it's called? I have to look it up. where we talked about some of the ideas that we had for the basement. And at some point when Miss Bird and I were talking about it,
I was all like, well, why isn't it Five Nights at Freddy's in the basement?
and then I was like, maybe they should be like playing poker down there, like the dogs in that painting where they're like the dogs are playing poker. That's
And then I was like, you know that's a game, right? And he's like, what? I'm like, uh-huh.
and so I learned about poker night at the inventory,
And then they
was
came
like,
down-
that's so perfect.
And I was doing visual effects or something, I forget exactly what, but they came downstairs and AJ looked really sheepish and he was like, so how would you feel if the neighbor in his basement had Strong Bad and Bonnie and the Beard and the Heavy playing poker? And I just kind of stared at him like, okay.
No, he was like, can I be the bouncer? That's what he said.
Eventually, after I knew what the heck was going on.
The website, by the way, is Geeks Worldwide. We just did an
Geeks
interview
Worldwide.
with Geeks Worldwide.
Nice.
So
Is it
that'll
up
be up
right
at some
now?
point. I don't know if it's up yet, but that's where, if you want to hear us talk more about that.
So
Oh.
yeah, that was funny.
Have you guys seen Repo, the Genetic Opera?
Oh,
Yeah.
great. What, Miss Bird?
I said yes.
I have too.
I'm gonna say all three of us should
Poor
have.
John
because
hasn't seen it.
Aw.
You went to school with one of the dudes who made it?
the
Yeah.
producer of Repo the Genetic Opera, or executive producer, I think, who was also on all the Saw movies, actually graduated from our college and was there doing a speech or something. He came back every year and did like a kind of speech thing and talked to people about movie business stuff. And at one point he had talked about Repo and somebody raised their hand and was like, can you bring it here for us to watch? And he actually brought it to the college
Yeah.
for us to watch early before it got released. So
Yeah.
we all, I assume you were
I
at
was
that
there.
showing. Yeah, so we were all at that showing.
I admit I
That's
didn't
cool.
really like it a lot,
I didn't either.
but you know,
I
whatever.
own it.
I
It's
like
style.
some things from it,
Sure.
but overall, I think, I don't know. No.
It felt haughty, like you know, uppity in the way in that it felt like, oh, I'm going to subvert genres and you know all of that stuff, and I'm like, I don't know.
Without necessarily earning.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like just trying to make you watch it for those reasons.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like somebody who's trying to shock value you for things, but they don't actually have a good shock. They're just trying to get a reaction out of you.
FNAF! Sorry,
So-
I had to clear my throat.
So that's kind of how I felt, and I
Yeah.
didn't think the songs were that catchy either. But that's also not my genre. It was definitely rock opera. So if you don't like kind of heavier, intense music like that, it was not a happy-go-lucky movie like high five. You're like, yeah, that was great. John, do you want to watch it? Do you know what it's about?
I have a vague idea. I remember people talking about it in high school. I feel like I know the general idea behind it. I just don't see a lot of. Hello.
Too long didn't read.
Okay.
Zydrate comes in a little glass vial. That's all you need to know.
Great.
Basically,
Well,
that's like a song, and it just keeps getting like repeated. Anyway, yeah. Nate, what would you give it out of 10?
I don't know.
In case anybody wants to watch it, because they're into like
Just
darker.
watch it if you want to watch it.
Okay.
If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it.
Yeah. And for anybody who hasn't seen it, it's basically a movie about somebody who repossesses like parts of humans that they can't afford to pay for the medical procedures for or something like that. So basically, there's a subplot.
my
I don't
life in a
remember.
nutshell.
Yeah.
Apparently, Handsome
You better hope
Jack
that's not gonna happen.
is inspired by Paris Hilton's character.
Really?
Wait, not Paris Hilton's character. Whichever one puts their face on their own face.
Oh.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've
not
seen
really.
it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I watched it once and was like,
Yeah.
probably never watch this again. Okay, sorry. Who wants to read this question?
No one.
Oh, sorry. Sure. Why not? Kirstine Poulsen. I don't even. Anyway,
Christine.
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 Question: have you even considered? Why I can't read it all.
You
Have
okay?
you ever considered making a musical just about RE characters like Ivan, the Beard, or Sweeping Guy, which is actually Sweeping Man? I know you have a Minesweeper and stuff, but something just about them would be cool.
Okay.
A musical episode of Shovelware Wolf? I'm sure we could find a shovelware game that's a musical like kind of game.
I mean, we've definitely thought about it. We've never really gone very far because it just feels weird to be that self-referential. I think I feel like our channel hasn't yet earned that. you know?
Yeah. I don't believe that enough people
Right.
want to click on it yet. There are a lot of you. There are not enough of you to stop a lot of our other subscribers from wishing we hadn't made it. So once that balance is tipped in your favor and more people want to watch a musical, The Beard and Ivan Nostril and people like that, maybe then you'll get that musical.
His last name is Nostril.
It's Austral.
Oh,
Ostril.
I see.
Dr. Ivan Ostril.
Oh, okay. I get
I
it now.
have a nostril.
I didn't know he had a last name. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Dr. Ostril. I'll ask this one.
Must we?
Yes, John.
Hyper Pro 44. Question: why does John's hair look so cool?
There are people with real questions waiting.
How do we make our hair look as cool as John's? What is your styling tips, John?
I do not. I wake up. That's my method.
Do you ever brush it?
I mean, I have one in my bag, but I never use it.
So keep it in a bag. Don't use it. Wake
So,
up.
Pro
Those are the
tip:
steps.
never brush your hair, and you'll look golden.
You too can have a cool
That's the tip I
haircut like
follow
John.
too.
Thanks, Nate.
See? That's why Nate's hair is so similar to John's. Use the same protocol.
Hi, love.
Who wants to ask this one?
Hi, love.
Gun Gaming asks, question, can you tell me how to donate?
No. Oh, wait. I think I can. There's a little money button, right? That's the one?
Yeah, I
You
think
click
so.
the little money button.
There's a little money sign
Right next to your chat box.
underneath the chat area.
Next
Yeah.
to the like emoji.
Yeah, if you want to add a face, you can also add a money.
There's also another way they can donate.
Yeah.
Patreon.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about Patreon. It's patreon.com/random encounters. You can jump over there if you want to support us on a monthly basis.
We should
Cold
all
hard
answer
cash
this
to our
question.
P.O. box.
You could do that too. I don't know if that's a good idea.
No, it's not.
And the other thing about Patreon that's nice is we do give out little perks and we do little vlogs that show like behind the scenes. We didn't do one this week, so we owe them still one there. But they got to see parts of the song for Hello Neighbor early. They got to see parts of I don't remember what. Basically, try to show
Everything,
stuff early.
almost everything.
Yeah, and some of them even get music depending on how much you are supporting us.
And depending on whether I remember to actually send it,
That too.
I'm rather forgetful.
Go ahead, Miss Bird.
I think we should all answer this question, even though it's directed at me. Abby, smiley, laughy face Stack, has a question for me. And she says, think back to when you starred in the Random Encounters musical, Senpai Notice Me. Would you consider yourself to be yandere? If not, what dere would you be? I'm somewhere between a tsundere and a himedere, I think. Tsundere is like the one that's all like, I'm prickly on the outside, I'm tough and rough and blah, blah, blah. But like on the inside, I'm like this little affectionate, like, ball of love and stuff. Himedere is like a princess, so she's like above everybody and thinks she's the best. So I'm somewhere in between those two, I feel.
This is super niche.
Sorry. If anybody needs help with their dares, I can look up the list.
Yeah, I don't know
I'm
them.
weird there, and that makes me weird.
I'm sorry, I don't know them.
Can I extend
never
this
played the
and
game,
be
I don't know
like,
anything about it.
I'm an otaku? Can I do that?
I mean-
I'm AJ Chan, and I'm.
Sure.
Oh boy.
Sure.
That's what I am. Yay.
John, what dare
I did that.
Oh, I
Low
Don't know if I
fat
should-
milk.
Gruyere. I don't know.
Cheese.
I know there's a coup there, as in like cool, and they're
Yeah.
like sort of cold and distant most of the time.
Chill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the dares well enough to do this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's okay. You can make up one like I did.
Keeping up with the dares.
Beer dairy.
Beard dere. Peter is
I
normally
don't
beard
have a
dere.
beard, guys.
No.
I'm
Where's the
beardless.
complete-
But you still
Yes.
make beard sounds like, ooh!
I'm mustacheless.
But the
as
original
well.
Beard film did say in the
Oh my
credits that it was
gosh.
inspired by Peter Shinrawatra.
That's true.
This list has like all the dares, and then at the bottom it has PewDiePie, and it's like jump off from midair. Notice me, senpai! That's on here for some reason,
okay.
and PewDiePie is not a dare. He's not.
Okay. Well, we tried. Sorry, we're not hip enough
We're not.
to fully answer
We
that, I
have failed
think.
you.
Sorry,
It's okay. We tried. That's the important part.
I'm the best. Because I know my dares.
See, I was trying to compare it with Lolita stuff because I'm like, they have like Hime.
You
and
got
they
a
got.
thing up top.
I was
Sarah.
like, is there one that I can
might as well
do?
do that now.
Yes.
Couldn't.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
John again!
You just made us money.
Again!
I'm a breadwinner. Okay.
Do you bring home the bacon?
Oh, I mean, when available.
Double M Mats says, John, your portrayal and amazing voice for Edgeworth got me to love the character in games. So thank you and everyone involved for this amazingness.
You're
That
welcome.
was very dramatic, Nate.
That was an excellent read.
Oh, to clarify, if you can't see, Double did send money, so thank you, Double.
Yes.
Thank you for your contribution.
I have
Thank you
no
for the
idea
nice
who
words
can
about
see
John
it.
and
Yeah,
the rest
I
of
don't
us.
know if people can
Just,
see that.
can someone let us know if you can actually see who's donating or not, and if
Make
you
sure
can
that-
see
yeah.
how much? Because we don't know how this feature works yet. I literally
Yeah,
got
this is
a
all
notification.
experiment. Everyone doing it today is experimenting our system.
Yeah, I signed on to Google this morning, being like, okay, well, I need to start the live chat, and it was like, hey, you can use this thing. I'm like, sure, click. So I have no idea how it works. And
John
What if
really
Google put
saved
it up
our
for April
butt.
Fool's Day?
Huh.
Maybe this goes to Google instead.
is
They're
true.
tricking us, and we all think that we're like, oh, people are donating to us, and
But
everyone's
like,
like,
I
we're
read the
donating to them.
contract, and no, that's
okay.
not the case.
So it's not an April Fool's joke. Okay,
Yeah.
that actually works.
Unless they snuck something into the contract that actually says opposite of everything we said, lol.
Yeah. And I'm really glad that you played the games afterwards, because that's one of our goals is if we like the game enough to make a musical out of it, we really hope that you'll go give it a chance if you haven't before and enjoy it as much as we did.
Yeah.
Ambassadorial.
Let's see. The Traveler question, what sorts of things would you like to see more of in your fan base?
Hey, he got
The Traveler again.
2 questions. Yeah,
Wow.
good you. Look at you.
Good on you.
This was a good question, so thank you.
Okay. Who's got an answer for that? What sorts of things would you like to see more of in your fan base?
I think the biggest thing for me is I would like people to accept videos that are not as high quality, because we have this issue where it takes a lot to make a really good musical, and so we can only do one of those per month, which means we have to fill the rest of the month with things that are not as good, just because it has to be done for YouTube to keep us up. And I guess the issue is a lot of people don't watch most of that stuff, so it ends up being just a game of keep our numbers up just enough for YouTube to think that we're important enough to share with people, but instead it could be every time we post something it gets a decent large chunk of viewership that allows us to make better and more expensive musicals or something. So that's one thing that I'd really love to see is our secondary content, like behind the scenes and bloopers and stuff, being watched not as much as the musicals, but certainly
More.
a good deal more, yeah.
Piggybacking off of that,
And that's probably none of your guys' fault because
no, you guys here for the chats are watching more.
Yeah.
When you look at some of the top YouTubing people in the world, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, PewDiePie, I'm sure there are other ones I thought the gaming was. But even in the past, there's people like vloggers and things like that. A lot of these people, you'll see they upload several times a day even. And most of the videos are things of them like playing a game or vlogging or doing something like hanging out with their friends and just doing kind of a thing with their friends. And you don't see that often them going, now I will do a music video production, or now I will put on a great performance or something. And the reason is because YouTube is not designed to be used that way. Like what we're trying to do is something that you do for television because the format's different. You don't do it on YouTube because YouTube is not fostering that kind of content. So that's just a thing that we wish we could make things like Mark or Jack and we could pump them out constantly by sitting at our computers. But we know that you don't watch us for that. And maybe one day enough people will. Right now you don't. And that's okay. We don't blame you. But the platform's not good for us that way.
It's another part of why animation on YouTube has fallen into decline.
Has it? Probably.
That's what I've heard.
I know sketch comedy definitely, like Smosh,
Yeah.
was the most subscribed channel at some point. They still do really well for themselves. But Smosh, has definitely not held that record at the top because in part it's gotten really hard because Smosh does like sketch comedy and music videos, and how often are they able to do that compared to Mark putting out 2 videos a day or Jack cranking stuff out just nonstop.
Another problem is the ad revenue stuff. Like some companies are boycotting putting ads on YouTube and stuff. I don't know if that's ever gotten resolved, but I was researching it a couple.
Doesn't affect people
Weeks
like
ago.
us, but
Well, I mean, depends.
I think the big stuff that went down with PewDiePie when Felix had some of the backlash from his comments, that kind of stuff affects advertisers. So, yeah, not your fault.
Some
That's-
of my videos got demonetized and I had to appeal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's
You
why I
have
know
more
about it.
controversial like words like tagged in yours.
It's true. You are much more controversial than we
Yeah,
are.
yeah. We've never had a problem because our stuff is generally family
They
friendly.
still won't let me monetize my
Yeah.
memorial video for my grandma. I'm like, put a freaking funeral ad on it. Like, you know, people need funeral services. That makes sense
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
Like, why would you?
Sure.
When, you know? But whatever, fine.
Funeral services aren't advertising as much on YouTube, maybe.
You
I
know,
don't know.
like, you know, I don't know.
You did ask for more from the fan base, so
Wow,
fan
that
art.
from Bobby.
Fan art. I love fan art stuff, so never stop making us fan art, please, because I like to hang it up and print it and make people uncomfortable. But that's the
I
thing
have
do.
one.
Yeah.
I want to see you guys share at musicals more.
Huh?
That's what I want to see.
That's true.
Because that makes us more money, and then we can make better, bigger, awesomer musicals that you guys want to see. So
Like
share our
Resident Evil
crap.
3.
Yes, like that. So share our stuff. Share it. When?
That's good.
Yeah.
You got anything you'd like to see? Like, that, since they're asking, they're offering. We'll say they're offering. What kind of things? could our
I would
counters
say generally, I think people should watch all of our musicals. I mean, it's not really the thing here.
Oh, that's a
'cause
good point.
do? Yeah, again, you guys
these
probably more
people are,
likely to.
like you said, the ones that are more, into everything we do for the most
Yeah,
part.
you guys are like our top
But-
encounterers.
Like stuff that may not be, I get, everyone likes Hello Neighbor, which is why it's doing well. But like stuff like Late and Dragged for a while, and like Tingle doesn't have
We
like
laugh
any
about Tingle all the
views.
time.
Big the cat.
But yeah, like Samus the Spaceman Cowboy. I actually really like Samus the Spaceman Cowboy.
That is fun.
And it's only got like 62,000, and it's just like, I get that sometimes you might not be as knowledgeable or interested in the source material, but like, not to sound like needy, but like, we need the views. Like, we
Yeah.
want everything to do well with the numbers so that we can keep
Yeah.
making better and nicer and
It's
bigger
true.
stuff.
The more afraid we
So-
are of failing, the less likely we
Yeah.
are to experiment with games that we
The
don't
more
know
we're
enough
gonna
to
make
send.
sponsored videos, and the more you're not gonna
Yeah.
watch.
That's
That
true
too.
too. That's true. No, you have a really good point though with that. That if you like one of our musicals, we make all of them. They're all our music. They're all our creativity and stuff. So we're not going to do anything drastically pulling the carpet out from underneath you. If you like a lot of our videos, you'll probably like the rest of them, even if you don't get them as well. And you'll probably understand them a lot more after you watch the musical and go, I think I could look this up on Wikipedia and immediately get every single joke. We're not that edgy. So.
Yeah. And I think attached to that is we have probably like 85 musicals now. And a lot of people who just find us don't really go back and watch our previous musicals all that often. And I think that that's a really important part. And I don't know exactly how to foster that idea, but it would be really awesome if everyone who found us was just like, I'm going to binge watch all of their previous library.
Yeah, basically all of the first 6 seasons.
Right.
Because we're on like season 7 of Dokunas. And you imagine how many video games we've actually parodied and made songs about. And some of the old ones are some of the best still.
And the reason I bring that up is because people in the comments will ask things like, "Have can you do a Portal song? Can you do a Minecraft song?"
I saw
We've done it.
Sister Location coming up
Yeah.
on like the April Fool's video today. I'm like, we did it like less than 6 months
Yeah,
ago.
I'm like, we've done these.
That one
things.
was with. Can you do another one with like MatPat and Markiplier? So I
No.
glazed right
I'm-
over that one.
I'm sure you've seen a few of them.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway,
John, you got anything that you think?
Oh, this isn't my place to say.
Okay.
I mean,
But you have insight.
Do you want more comments about your hair?
no.
You sure? Do you want less comments about your hair?
You should make John
Fewer,
fan
AJ.
art.
I don't know. Okay, no.
He
look.
appreciates all your comments. He actually goes back through all of the musicals he's been in and reads the comments that you
Yes.
guys leave, and then gleams when you guys tell him he's like great and stuff.
Let's not make this about me.
poor John.
I don't know. I don't really know enough about the ins and outs of the YouTube business to make any sort of real productive contribution to this discussion here. All I could really think to say is, it's easy to be nasty to other people in online communities, so keep being cool.
That's good.
I don't know, it seems kind of trite to just say, continue being nice.
Be excellent to each other.
We are fortunate that most of our people are not antagonistic. Like
Yes.
our encounters tend to be friendly with each other, and that's great. So John's advice is like super good. Also, you should make fan art of him too,
I agree.
I mean, I hear.
because I don't think I have enough of him framed on our walls yet.
I hear
so.
he's.
We don't have
considering
anything
starting his
framed
own
on our
YouTube
walls.
channel.
I know.
not-
I've got them all in boxes to hang up still.
I'm sorry, John.
No, you're not.
Well,
right.
until he starts
right.
his own YouTube channel, he's gonna be on my channel sometimes. So you can see more John on my channel.
Yes.
Woo! Anyway, I saw a question like this earlier, and then Peter was doing things, and then it got unhighlighted and
Yeah.
lost or whatever. So I'm sorry, this isn't the original question I pulled, but it's similar, so I pulled it anyway. It's by Bobby Roake. Oh, okay, cool. I made that all Japanese. Anyway, can you reveal any musicals you are working on or want to make? If not, do you have any games you want to see made into a musical?
We can
Yeah.
actually.
Do it.
We just ordered 2 Furbies basically for a Tattletale musical.
They're not Furbies.
I know they're not actually.
I was gonna say these are legit Tattletales.
They're actually Tattletales, but for people who don't know, they look like Furbies. One of them
check
is
one.
not going to have a face, which is creepy. But that's because I'm going to be animating a face on it some of the time for it to talk and sing and stuff.
This is
So,
why you
yeah.
guys have to go find us on Patreon so you get the behind the scenes video of us unboxing a faceless Tattletale.
What's the Etsy shop?
I'm looking for it now.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna shout out the Etsy creator who's doing the custom one for us. But yeah, it's we're pretty excited about it. We're also looking into working more in Undertale and TF2 this year. We may have noticed Nate being the heavy in Hello Neighbor, and we're considering actually doing something with the heavy later on this year.
I'm guessing they can't see this, but
No, they cannot.
No.
Can you read it?
No, you can.
Oh, I thought you saw it. We're showing them the name.
Well, I
I'm
found
like-
it. The store is called Fabro Creations.
If
Fabro?
you type in
Fabro.
Tattletale and you go to like you're on Google and you click the shopping options, it's the third one I think.
Nice.
It's basically the cutest one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
There will be a link, I'm sure, when we actually have the musical ready. So anybody who wants a duplicate to play the same song and run around their house with it, you'll be able to. That'd be creepy.
Right? Especially if you order a faceless one.
I was gonna say,
She's gonna get like tons of orders of faceless.
can I get one without a face as well?
And she's like, what's going on?
What else are we making? So I saw somebody else Splatoon. That is on.
Yeah, we're doing a
That's on
Splatoon
track.
one.
That's a
Definitely.
thing.
What? Oh, we were just coughing.
I was clearing my.
It was an actual cough. What else do we want to be making?
I mean, we talked about doing a poker night at the inventory.
Yeah, we've been joking about doing it more. Or more Team Fortress 2 because we'd like to do more of that. Let's see. I want to do the Smash Brotherhood.
It never even showed up.
I'm
Well,
still
the
thinking
three
about
why.
But that's weird.
it. Yeah.
Apparently it
Okay.
doesn't stack, so we just
That's
need
too
to.
Well,
bad. It
thank you for
should stack.
Nefenjo for explaining that.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Nefenjo, and thank you, Cullen Hogan, for your donation. I'm
We'll
sorry
get to
we
your
didn't see
question
it.
in a second, I promise.
I'm really sorry we didn't see it.
Yeah. I want to do the Smash Brotherhood really bad because even like when I think about it, you know, being animated and stuff, and we started it live action, I'm still just constantly remembering things that were in store for it and going, that's going to be so cool and so
Right?
fun. Like,
Yeah.
we have to get around to it at some point. Like, it's going to be super exciting if we get a chance to do it. So, hopefully you guys like it.
Nate's like, no.
No, I was reading someone's comment that said make
Yeah.
a Tattletale musical.
Well,
We just said we're going to.
That may have been before we mentioned that.
It's true, it was.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
okay.
is a bit
Gosh,
up.
Nate, always assuming the worst.
Well, yeah, you have to.
I mean,
So-
not to spoil too much about Smash Brotherhood, but you know, we started it with the Avengers when that movie was coming out. Most recently, like Marvel has moved into like Civil War and you know, starting to like have things like that. And we've been kind of like hoping to move Smash Brotherhood into that kind of an idea where you have different factions of the Smash Brothers characters who just want to handle things differently and they cannot exist if the other one gets their way. So you end up with like a conflict between characters that are not bad guys.
and they're all
just
trying to do the right thing and save the world.
and sometimes doing the right thing means having to physically stop the other person from doing their thing. So, you know, you get a little taste of that with that first episode, but like, I want to do that even more so if we get to continue the series.
Sort of subspace emissary.
Yeah, kind of.
There's
So it'd be
this
really
game
fun to-
called YouTuber's Life that I think would be fun to make a musical out of.
That's very meta.
I mean, yes, but you know, sometimes art mimics reality.
So, Cullen Hogan, again,
Yes.
thank you for your donation. Your question, what games do you guys play in your spare time?
Excellent question.
That is.
Great question, Colin.
I have like 650 games on Steam. Take your pick.
She plays all of the games in her spare
At
time.
the same time.
Well, okay, not at the same time,
She
but I
has a
do
lot of
like
hands.
I
She
like glaze
exists in
through a
quantum
lot of them
realms.
because like I have a channel where I game now, so like I try to find content to put on that channel, and now I know what I'm gonna do with it mostly. But I've like taken a month to just go through my Steam library and go, is this an interesting game? No, okay, next one, and just keep going down. So I have like all these little tab marks now to like actually finish and play a game, and that is another thing. I'll highlight that one. Okay. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing with my spare time lately.
Nice.
Minecraft on Sundays with our Patreon encounters. It's about the only one.
And us playing Breath,
Breath
of the Wild.
Yeah.
We haven't done it in a while.
I was gonna say, it's been like 2 weeks
We
since
got
we
into
played.
Hello Neighbor production and then just like
Dropped
completely
the ball.
stopped.
Yeah.
Breath
Stopped
of the Wild.
working out. We stopped doing everything. We'll get back into some of these
But
things.
Nate
though.
has plenty of games that he plays.
We also play like board games sometimes.
I played the Splatoon test fire on Switch for like one match. I won. I killed 10 people that day.
What do you play, Nate?
I have in the past week I think I've put 45
second,
hours
guys.
into Borderlands.
So a lot of Borderlands.
I own Mass Effect Andromeda. I have been having trouble getting into it between my save files not loading well for some reason and just the game is, like I said in a Facebook post, like if the original trilogy is kind of like Star Wars and like action-y and fun, Andromeda feels a lot like Star Trek the Motion Picture. Like it's slow, it's sloggy, it's about exploration more than like exciting things happening. I'm sure exciting things do happen later in the game, but when your game is front loaded, like the first 6 hours of just like check out this planet and scan some things and report back to us, I'm like, I'm gonna go back to Borderlands. So
More like boring lands. Oh,
He also plays Hearthstone and Overwatch.
yeah, I regularly play Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm, and Overwatch
right.
not as much,
Heroes.
but I have been meaning to get back into it now that David King gave me his
Yeah.
info and we were hoping to do matches together.
John?
Well, you know, I play a lot of RPGs when I can, but they're big time commitments. So, and I get enough of them at work, certainly. So I have to sort of pick my chances. I keep coming back to a WiiWare game, actually, back on the original Wii called Final
say that like
Fantasy.
5 times fast.
It's part of the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles stuff, and it's called My Life as a King.
Ah, yeah.
And the idea is that you run a little kingdom and pay other people to go out and play Final Fantasy for you. And I don't know, something about it is almost therapeutic, really, in like building a little city and sending adventurers out and
It's wish fulfillment. So
paying them and
that I want to get paid to play Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it's so you don't have to play Final Fantasy 12.
Today, John and I are gonna play a game called The Purring Quest.
Oh, yeah.
oh, that's right.
Speaking of games we're gonna do in our spare time.
In the last couple months, Miss Bird bought me Civilization 6 for Christmas, was it? Was it for
I
Christmas?
did.
Early Christmas present or something?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
What did I buy you for your birthday?
Um,
No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
That's what
No
it
Man's
was.
Sky.
Okay, never mind.
And,
Yes, this Christmas then.
I've been playing a lot of Civ 6. I've probably logged 250 hours or something, which I guess is maybe not that much, but at the same time, when you're working on musicals and stuff and you still find time to stay up till like 8 in the morning, it's bad.
It's significant.
It's a problem. So that's the primary thing I've been playing lately. Rockland Rosemary, thank you so much for your second donation. We really appreciate it. Are y'all going to do musicals like Moving Out with the Les Miserables or other musicals? I'm sure that butchering spelling. Yeah,
did.
yeah, you
It's
did.
okay.
You butchered it, but
No
that's
worries.
okay. We got it.
You donated to us, so we'll read
also
whatever
knew
you
what-
want us to read.
We knew
now.
what she was saying too.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
It was kind of like I guess like not exactly like a one and only. I'm sure there might be another one, but basically Peter and I both were like, we should do something for this. So we basically did that whole thing. It's not AJ's thing.
Yeah.
No.
So it's not probably gonna show up on Random Encounters channel again, but things like this do show up on my channel, and we have something planned that we're wanting to do. Eventually,
check
we'll
out-
get to it.
Check
So
out channel Sparrow Rain.
yeah, if
which
you
is
if you
hers.
like things like this, that's
Oh, that's
what,
also on the little iCard.
Yes.
Up top right or whatever.
that's what my channel does sometimes. So
One of the reasons we don't generally do it is because those kinds of videos are hard to monetize.
Yeah.
Because, well, they get copyright claimed and stuff.
Or you get split revenue, which isn't as much as like, the full revenue.
right.
Yeah, it's fine to do every once in a while, but when you do this full time and you have like several people living off of that,
It's so much easier to just write your own stuff.
Yeah, it gets really risky to chance, running out of money because you made too many videos that you couldn't actually sell.
Yeah.
Let's do like one more question, maybe.
Sure.
Thank you for your donation,
If
Rockland.
you see one, guys.
Oh wow, it is 104, isn't it?
Yeah,
Stop
I was gonna
me.
say we are just gonna wrap up here. Well, we're talking about. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Oh, is this one too like
Yeah, let's
fire
skip that
worthy?
I am wearing a cool T-shirt today.
Hey, that's an okay question.
If you guys want a FNAF T-shirt, we sell those. You have to look at our YouTube page, though.
This could even help you out.
Yeah.
Oh, I recognize the person asking this question even.
Oh.
So, hello, Guide Sorcery. Thank you for your emails and thank you for your patience.
Who is this person?
Guide Sorcery is a aspiring composer. Not even aspiring
But
because he's
like
a composer.
you said, you know them. Do we know them?
I know them from email.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, Guide's question was, any advice for aspiring composers? Like I said, not everybody is even aspiring because once you've composed something, you're kind of a composer. So I give you that.
For actual useful advice, I'm kidding. I would definitely advise you to pay a little bit of attention to the technology that's around us for composing, because I can tell you from experience and such that using outdated technology is dangerous and difficult.
Yeah,
and
AJ.
It makes you need a second person. If you had learned the tech that I know alongside your already like really good mind for composing, you wouldn't need me.
And then I'd hold the camera and be in all the musicals myself. I would have started the channel just by myself.
Yeah, don't do that
Nate would've
because
had
I
to come up
try
here
to do
sooner.
that. It doesn't work very well.
Point is, technology has come a long way, and you can get some really amazing sounds out of pretty cheap equipment. And so if you're composing and you're like, I don't have a band or an orchestra, you don't need one yet or anymore, which is amazing. The technology out there is really awesome, and you should definitely avail yourself to it. And for some people, not everyone, but for some people, the technology even helps breed your own creative juices. So it can be helpful.
I have GarageBand, and there are musicals on the channel that you can go buy on iTunes that were sampled in GarageBand. I'm pretty sure.
He's trying to make it sound like he's hip. He has like this program from like
No, he was trying
1995.
to say that even the lowest tech
Oh, I
of
see.
today
Okay.
is
I see.
so good that you can literally
Okay.
make
Never mind.
saleable product from
Yeah.
it.
I
Yeah.
rescind the statement. He still uses a program from 1995 though.
Oh, yeah.
I do. But as we've referenced just like 48 hours ago or something like that, there is a song that is written entirely in GarageBand that is also for sale, I'm sure, on one of our albums. And like, I don't do that usually, but you can write music in just about anything. And it's going to come down to your ability to, come up with interesting and fun sounding stuff, not so much your tech. Obviously, that's why chiptune works, by the way. Like, chiptune is just beeps and boops, but that can sound good if you do the right things with them. I wish I could tell you how to do the right things with them, but that's got to be something you just kind of come up with yourself. So,
In my opinion, there's 3 ways to go about this. There's to do it the digital way, like they're talking about. There's also pick up an instrument and start learning it, or playing around, or plunking with it, or whatever. And then there's a blend of both. So if you don't feel comfortable using digital, figure out what instrument you want to use. Maybe it's a guitar, maybe it's your voice, or whatever, because there's a lot of a cappella stuff out there that's great, and that's still composing. So, or you can do a blend of both if you feel like you're able and capable of mastering both worlds. So.
Or just find some, like, if you're just really good at composing or have good ideas and you don't want to touch the tech at all, just find someone else who does.
It's also
what I
important to
did.
just get started. Like,
Yeah.
just pick up something, anything. Like, find, I don't know, a free meaty beep beep boop station, whatever. Or, go down to Guitar Center and pick up, like, I don't know, a fucking harmonica. it's just important to just put notes out there and see if you can find a melody or a rhythm or whatever.
In theory, it doesn't have to be notes. If you find
whatever.
a bunch of interesting surfaces to drum on, you can create an awesome beat.
Yes, you can.
Which then you can put words to and make it potentially really interesting, and then sell a musical called not Harmony, called Hamilton.
For things that help me, car rides help me, because when you're driving for a while in a car, you get bored, and that's a really good time to maybe try to just start making music with your mouth and see what sounds good. Have a way to record that, because nothing sucks as much as coming up with something this is really cool, and then an hour later you have no idea what it was.
Yeah.
So a phone, if you dare be risky in the car to get your recording app open, you can sing it and then you can pull it back up later. And I have a folder of terrible sounding me making music in the car or at my desk or whatever like that, but
Okay,
it's
Google.
helpful.
Record this.
Opening app.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Siri can do that
Oh,
too.
she just opened a camera app. That's bull.
I think Siri has done it for
You
me.
doesn't
didn't
know
say record audio. Because
Okay.
recording is video.
Okay.
Try record audio.
Okay, Google. Record audio.
Here's the top search results.
No. I mean, she might be able to do it if you download the right app. I was really hoping that you could literally just be
I
like,
was gonna say, if you know what the app is called, like voice recorder, I think is what it might be on here.
Right, but
open
then-
voice recorder.
but if it's open, you still have to interact with it. I was
Yeah,
trying
you have to
to
record,
You
but-
can record a video and convert it to MP3.
No, my point is, I was trying to find a way to do it hands-free,
Yeah.
completely hands-free,
Oh.
Yeah.
so that when you're in the car, you can literally just
Sure.
be like, okay, Google, record my song, and then she would.
Yeah.
But I was telling Sparrow yesterday, or maybe it was both Sparrow and John, I was telling them, if this OK Google was an assistant, she'd get fired like the first day. It's really sad.
Yeah. If you guys want to know more about writing music, and I see at least a couple people do, we're actually talking about doing a video all about how to write music and how to sample it and put it up, so you could even sell your music. I don't know when we're going to do that, Peter. Have we thought about?
We haven't.
Okay.
I mean, part of
fine.
the issue is it's a complex video for not very much.
I agree.
Yeah.
And yet, some of you guys might enjoy it. So stay tuned. We might have more. The goal is always to give you guys as much quickly applicable things as possible, because you can go to a school for years and get nothing out of it. But
Nate is the balls dude.
I am the balls dude.
the balls,
You're the guy in the bright red shirt.
No, I'm the guy in the bright red
I
shirt.
like them balls.
Nobody knows who.
So as we're going to exit here,
Why are
we'll give
you
our
here
names.
if you don't know who anybody is?
Well,
That's the
it's
question.
okay because
That's
you like our
because they want
videos.
to be here.
Because they probably just discovered you guys. You
Yeah.
don't know your names yet.
Yeah. So I'm for the last time, because we're about to sign off. I'm Peter. This is John.
Yes.
I'm Nate.
That's balls dude.
I'm balls dude.
Hey Jay, I'm AJ. Or bye, I'm AJ. Oh wait, AJ, oh AJ.
There we
I'm
go.
Miss Bert. Y'all
And-
know that by now.
Yeah. And this was our April live chat. So thank you guys so much for joining us, for asking your questions. Thank you to some of you for donating to us, and I hope you keep watching the musicals. Sorry about the April Fool's joke that went up today.
I'm not.
He's actually proud of it.
That's your monthly income.
Yeah. I guess we'll see you guys next Friday with probably bloopers or behind the scenes or something from Hello Neighbor the musical. And if you haven't seen it, go watch it, because we're really proud of it and we work pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. We're getting out of here.
Bye.
AJ, WJ, beard salute. Woo! Later.